Hey everybody and welcome back. But today we have a special video where we're gonna install an infotainment system here on the W204 C-Class. This is a pre-facelift, the 2008 to 2010. This one in particular is the 2009. But we're essentially replacing the normal unit in there for this bad boy in here. So let's pop it out real quick. You're gonna get it in a box like this, and I'll leave the link down in the description below where you can grab this. But essentially, this thing is gonna replace the normal unit in there and give you access to Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, which is the best thing. Me having an iPhone, like any person having an iPhone, essentially, it's pretty much like a must-have in cars nowadays. So this is the 10-inch screen. You can opt in for a 12.5-inch screen. And I got these from clubluco.com. This thing is pretty. Right, it says CarPlay right there. You can also put in a SIM card there too, and a memory card, in case you don't have your phone on you. You want to use the internet with this thing, and yeah, you can hook up your phone's hotspot to this, but just so that you have internet and you can use Google, you can use the Maps app on this thing. But since it has Apple CarPlay, then yeah, it's so much better. Pretty simple unit. So this thing is actually going to be the same unit that goes onto like any other car, any other Mercedes, like your G classes. Just the mounting point is different, but the screen is essentially the same. And the process for cars around this era, around the 2008 to 2010. Should be relatively the same. In the facelifted model, the C-Class, which we actually also have, we'll do another video on that another day, depending on this. So just to show you the current lineup here, I know it's been a while. So this is my daily driver right now. It's a Tesla Model S. You got the S-Class, C-Class right there, and then my little brother's C-Class, and he's gonna help me out today. He's back there. He's just a little bit camera shy. The screen that we have in here currently is this one. It's that little dinky little mini screen. If you have the big screen that also pops out, it should be relatively the same. So what we're first going to do, we're going to pop out the vent, and then we're going to take this off. So what you want to do is pry it off a little bit, and then once you can grab it, well, be careful because you know thing breaks. There you go. I got my nail in it. There you go. Nice. Ooh. There's two wires there. Get a disc, and then yeah, you want to be careful not to pry too hard because obviously the tools can snap. They're all plastic. This one didn't snap, but what you want to do, it's like you want to sneak it right here and then just try to like catch onto the vent, and then use your hands or like another tool to hold it in place while you take off the top, and then you work your way around to the other side. So now what we want to do, we want to unscrew these 4 screws right there. And it's a Torx T20, which I got the bad boy right here. Lefty loosey, righty tighty, ladies and gentlemen.
Nice.
Shit.
That's what you're not supposed to do. English, ladies.
It's always good to have one of these handy. Nice. There you go. Got it. Yeah, you don't want to lose these things. You want to keep track of all your screws because you don't want to lose them. Obviously, these things are hot. What the hell? Screws are hot. Oh crap! Out with the old and in with the new, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. This thing is hot. Holy crap! Holy crap! It's hot. Okay, that's one connector. There we go. Oh wait, there's one more. Oh shh, this thing is really hot. So to remove these things right here, there's these tabs on both sides.
Wait, it's not focusing.
I don't want to break this, so I'll use the broken one because it's already broken. You can't break again, right? Oh, forget.
That's where you prove it wrong.
No, it's in the back. It's this one right here. There you go. It's that one. So it's this one right here. So there's a you can use your nail. Yeah, you can use your nail, but there's a clip right here in the back of the screw that you pull up on. Yeah.
In comparison to that.
It's not these little small clips right here, which I just broke on the other side. Okay, so to remove this, you gotta pull it forward, and then once you get to as far as you can pull it, you gotta tilt it up from the back because there's like a lock. Like these things kind of like lock in place on the side. That's that. Now, what are we gonna do once we have this thing off? You want to release this thing right here. It's for the heated seats. If I can get the angle. There you go. The other thing you want to disconnect is the main harness, which is down here. Everything else connected to this thing, we're still gonna use this unit, so you don't want to. I mean, you could disconnect it just so it's easier, but I'm just gonna leave it as is. Because essentially what we're going to do is just, we're going to connect everything to this thing. And then the other wires right here. So this wires was for the vent. These for the top unit. And then everything back down here is for the, where you're going to plug in everything else so that it connects to this thing. There's another one here, mate.
Yeah. There's one right here.
Okay.
This is so awkward.
Yeah, we don't have the proper tool. Okay, Mikey is taking out the glove box. There's a bunch of screws on the bottom. There's like 3 screws on the bottom, like 4 on the top, stuff like that. Pelican Parts has a really good video in explaining how to do it, so I'll leave that in the description down below. But here we have, so sorry, I shouldn't have plugged this in already, I got too excited. Here we have on the top is the box that connects to the display port right here, and it comes with the cable that runs into the new infotainment system like so, and then also at the end of it, it has 2 USB cables, which is pretty cool. So the reason why we're trying to take off the glove box right now is because we're going to run these through inside the glove box. So we're going to plug this into here, plug that into there. I can't really do it right now because I'm holding you guys. And then so this is the main connector right here. So you have this bad boy that's gonna connect this to here, to this one, to the receiving end, and then this, it's gonna go back onto this unit right here, into the radio unit where everything's at, the CD player and whatnot. Thing to note though, so right here, the orange 2 wires you're going to need to take out. There's a clip right here that if you press on it gently, these 2 wires will come out, and then you're going to have to reinsert them over here. It's because when you're plugging it in, this thing doesn't have the port basically to support that. So right here it would be right there, and since it doesn't have it, they created a space right here where you can connect it. Just make sure you plug it into the same one, and by the looks of it on this one right here, it's on the far right hand corner. So when plugging it in on here, it's going to be the right side right there. So just make sure you put it in back to where it's supposed to be. So we essentially fed all the wires through here to the side, and it's actually better that this is off because it's really hard to kind of like, at least for this 2009 C350, it's hard to feed your hand all the way here. I had to have Mikey help me to feed the wires up here onto the side. It's very tight and very narrow, but it was able to fit this wire right here. This one was on the top already, and so what I did, I put that box back there just so that it doesn't move, and you want it to rattle, and everything else I kind of just like put together. There's 2 wires up here that are not gonna go anywhere that were on the original system that's here on the floor, which is, let me see if I can find them. It's this black one right here, and I ended up just zip tying them together. It's this white one right there, and then the other one was a black one right there, that black one right there. So those 2 are not being connected to anything. These 2 go to the infotainment system, and everything else is back here. The 3 wires that are being fed into the glove box right now are 2 USB cables, which is awesome, so that you can charge your phone, and then the auxiliary. So we're gonna leave that step after this to figure out how to properly hide those wires and everything. And then the last thing you need to do before putting this back in, actually two things. One, turn this to the side. One, you gotta plug in the heated seats back onto the side right here. And then right here we have these two connectors. One says B and the other one says A. So these are to pretty much test whether or not this knob is gonna work for you. So what you want to do before putting everything back, you want to put this, you want to attach this and plug everything back there. It's only two plugs. I mean, it's only two things that we have plugged in right now. There's one more thing. There's actually two more things we need to plug back there, which is the GPS antenna and the Wi-Fi antenna. But right here, there's two different things. So you have an AB cable and just an A cable right here. So right now, where it's hooked up to the B cable, and that's the one that worked for us, so that we can use the mouse wheel over here. But if one doesn't work for you, you would have to just pop this out real quick and then just swap these together. So you would unhook this here. Can you unhook that one for me? And then just show an example. So this is the A cable. So you want to leave the A. You want to leave the A with the
A cover.
That's the A. Yeah, it's a cover for the A port. I mean, you actually don't need this. It's just a cover, and then you would just unplug this and then plug it into the other one. But we're not gonna do that because we already tested it out. All right, so we were able to finally fit this in. It's gonna take you some time just because the space in the back is kind of tight, so you gotta jimmy some stuff around. But here we finally got the plate and it fits perfectly right there. It looks pretty incredible. Now we're just trying to do some cable management and just see how we can cleanly put this up there. Oops, just kind of scratched it. Right there, like this. I've already attached the GPS and the Wi-Fi cable, so I feel like that's a lot easier just because of the connectors it kind of has. Is be kind of difficult. So what we're planning to do is feed them through there and just kind of let them sit and then plug in everything afterwards. So give me one. So another day, another hour. We're finishing up with installing the infotainment system, so we got all that. So we removed the glove box just so that we can access everything here in the back, and then we can feed the wires that were in here up there. It was a lot easier taking it out. I definitely recommend it. And then also so that we can feed the two USB cords right here. Like there's these two tabs right here. They're originally connected, but if you press down hard enough, it actually opens up, and this is where we're gonna be able to feed everything there. So we got 3 wires. You got your auxiliary cable, which is nice and long there. You got this, boom, which is pretty short also, and then boom. While Mikey's trying to put that back together, I'm gonna walk you guys through the Android system on your car. So I restarted it just so that you can see exactly where everything is. So like I mentioned before, this should work for you, but I think our wheel is broken, and that's what, Mikey, you're putting down the seat again. Our wheel's broken, so it might not work for you, but if this works right here, moving it left and right, then that means this is gonna work too, and obviously your volume controls right here. So what you want to first do is go here to where it says NTG OS, and you want to click. You can use touchscreen also, and then here where it says auxiliary, you want to make sure that your car's in auxiliary mode. So you would go to disc. So wait, it would be on radio, and you see that the radio still works and everything. Disc, you go down, press down to CD, enter, and auxiliary, and that way, so that anything that plays through here is going to play through the auxiliary port, and that's how you're going to be able to play music. So look at that. I have Huracan, Performante, Huayra, GTC4, Ford Expedition. Should delete that one. Lambo, FFX. There it is. Benz 0097. So my phone's currently connected Apple CarPlay, and what's nice is that you have wireless Apple CarPlay. So it's currently waiting to connect, And then here you're gonna get the notification, use Apple CarPlay. So we're on Google Maps right now. Here, let's see, you got all your apps. So you got all your apps there. You got your car and all the standard apps and stuff. Let's see here. We do have a voice feature here, but we didn't hook up the microphone. So if you want to use that, hook up the microphone to this thing. Obviously, I'm just gonna use this thing. Yeah, this doesn't work because it's playing off YouTube. Let's go to Pandora. There we go. And it's works fantastically, guys. That's how it's done. Let's do car. Let's see what that. Oh, so when you press car, it goes back to the original software, but it's still playing the music and stuff. Media. So you can go Bluetooth, picture, music, video. You can even go video from like your phone. Or you can actually you can download stuff in here, and that's why you have that little USB card, and it can access it through here.
You have to go back to CarPlay.
No, you don't have to go back to that.
I'm still disconnected.
So you can't lower the volume from here though.
I mean, just on the steering wheel.
Yeah, you just have to do it from there. So it's only in the system. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video of this tutorial on how to install it. If you have any questions or concerns, please leave a comment down below. This is a pretty complex thing to do. I mean, if you're familiar with cars, it should be relatively, I would say difficulty out of like 5 stars would be 3 depending on your skill level. I mean, if this is your first thing, if this is your first time doing anything in your car, it's gonna be kind of difficult. So definitely, it might take you a while. I mean, but I expect this job for for a person that knows what they're doing, is gonna take like no more than an hour just to disassemble everything. That's pretty much it. But and then trying to fit everything back in there. That's how long we took. But yeah, guys, it works fantastically. Absolutely love it. It makes the car feel that much newer. Mikey's still working on that. So, you know, like I said, if you're comfortable with the car and you know what you're doing, it's gonna be pretty easy just to put everything back together. But yeah, this ring works freaking great, and it's a must-have in a car like this.